Dr. Medusa in the house.
Oh, please. Just one second. We
No.
just had a park. We just had a park at, I am at home actually, my hometown, Assam. So that's
Ah,
why.
why is there so much power cut in Assam? All that efficiency of governance, and how many engines do you have?
Oh my.
Double.
Yes, we are double engine.
Double
Very, very,
engine,
very
no
double
power.
engine. No,
So this
double engine but no
double
power.
engine, this is
So my phone is also on like
craziness.
12% battery. I'll have to charge it also. Anyway, I hope I'm
Oh,
visible and my internet is also
yes,
working.
you are. Such.
Thank you so much for doing this, first of all. Excellent. Let me just, how do I get rid of um, the
Uh,
comments which are on my face? Like there are,
I think
I'm like,
you can
I hardly do this, so I
just
have no
scroll down.
idea.
Just
Anyway,
on the screen, just scroll them down.
acha,
Like you scroll your trolls down, just to like brush, and the comments vanish. I thought you'll be a champ at this at the rate that you're trolled
oh
and
no, I am, but then the point is I don't do live, so I don't like have an idea of,
you'd be such
you know,
a hit at
very,
lives. This would be fantastic because every time I see your, what are they even called now? Podcasts. I don't even know. You know, the clips that you make, the reels, the videos on,
they just post
especially
now,
on
like, because
Insta.
that's how I work. Like I just make videos and it's like I have never really cared about or never really thought about views or what is the view count, wait, there's a word for it, impression.
Yeah.
So those things are there, and then there's reach
Sessions,
also, yeah. So
interactions,
it's
engagement.
literally, it's just been literally this probably 15 days since I have understood what is reach and what is engagement. Because one of my people, I'm sure you guys know her also, Ranting Gola. She's quite
Yeah, of
popular. She's like
course. It's fantastic.
wildly popular and wildly good.
In fact, both
Same
of
with
you,
me,
I kind
right?
of
And
wonder you're sitting in the same room
no,
sometimes.
not right now, not right now. But
That
yeah,
you
so
all are really definitely matching
she's
notes.
like 2021, right? She's 2021, and I am much older than she is. And she's like, ki you are a boomer janta, you are boomer level. So please, I'm like, please, at least
But we
millennial
are
to
cool
bol yaar, boomer to
boomers.
nahi ho.
We are cool boomers. We're booms. Like we're explosive.
That's what I
But
was
you're a
telling her. कि देखो,
natural
जब
at it. You
कम से कम
jumped
millennial
into
बोल
the
दे.
7 questions. I didn't even have to introduce you as the Right Reverend Honorable Dr. Medusa,
Please,
neighborhood teacher,
I don't like,
CEO
I don't like all
of
of
the,
those
what is
things.
it, the NTC call helpline. There's so many heavy
हाँ,
jobs you have. You should have a visiting
I
card
have,
that says
yes.
all this.
Yes, NTPC, my job is very difficult.
Very tough. And these call centers, you know how they are. You work days and nights.
So
But
much.
to
I have like
start off very
24/7.
quickly, how did you jump into this? Like what happened? What was that one moment and you said, बहुत हो गया?
Oh, that was the migrant crisis. COVID के time पे 3 साल पहले. Because I very clearly remember that happening, and I was like, all the images of the
You were
people
in Delhi?
walking. No, I was in Lucknow.
Okay.
That's where I work. I live in Uttar Pradesh, and
Mubarak ho.
yes, and people were coming back to Uttar Pradesh because that's where majority of the
Right.
migrant laborers in
Came
the country are from,
from.
Uttar Pradesh
Right.
and Bihar. And you would, I was living, I live a very comfortable life compared to all the people who were going through a lot of things at that point of time.
Right.
So there was a lot of survivor's guilt. There was a lot of all of that complex, so many thousands of people, hundreds of people, like,
And you could see it.
almost, I
You
think
could see
all of us,
live.
almost
Yeah.
all of us, almost all of us were going through some sort of mental health
Conflict.
issue
Yeah.
at that point of
Absolutely.
time. Not just a conflict, but it had graduated to a serious mental health issue at that
Right.
point of time. I had to, go to therapy, and
Right.
I am very privileged to be able to afford therapy. I'm very privileged to be able to understand the need for therapy,
Right.
and to understand that this is, how you may receive some sort of
So how did
resolution.
the
So
videos happen amongst all that?
Yeah, so my therapist suggested that because there is so much rage and there is so much, and I'm a very creative person, so you put it into use creatively, maybe write something, maybe draw something, and I'm shit at drawing, so I'm like I
So
can't do that,
channelize your
and I'm very lazy. Yeah, channelize it in some way. So and because it was lockdown and because I had, started going through, not really started going through reels, but a reel addict तो हम लोग सारे हो ही चुके हैं किसी न किसी तरीके से. So I was like, ठीक है, I will also make videos. I'll also start doing it because if I don't do, तब तो मेरा दिमाग खराब हो जाएगा and I'll go crazy. So I started doing I think the first video which I made was on the migrant crisis itself, and then Hathras happened, and after the migrant crisis and when Hathras happened, I made the second video, and it really helped me process a number of things, and it also they were also shared and appreciated on Facebook a lot. But very frankly,
a lot of people were not doing these comments at that time. People were not really openly commenting. A lot of others.
Oh, they're still not. They're still not.
They're still not. But to
to
comment on such things was also to put yourself into danger as well, no? You put yourself out there, you're in the spotlight. So you didn't feel that, they'll come after you. The system will come after you.
100%. I still feel that. But क्या है ना कि I don't know. I think it's so much the urge to do something and the urge, because there is nothing else I can do, right? मेरे सामने अगर कुछ हो रहा है, then maybe I can go physically stop something, stop some kind of discrimination happening, physically stop some kind of Islamophobia, some kind of atrocity on a Dalit person happening. वो सब कुछ physically सामने हो रहा हो तो लेकिन I live in a privileged circle where those kinds of things are not happening in front of my eyes. So are not visible, but it doesn't mean just because they are not visible, it doesn't mean that it's not happening. And वो जो knowledge है ना, once you achieve that knowledge, it's very difficult to run away from it. So मुझे लगता है कि I'm still scared every time I put out a video. For example, yesterday's incident, the Muzaffarnagar incident, which happened. Lots of our tweets have been withheld. Lots of our videos have been withheld by the government. वो हो रहा है अभी.
That is what the reach has been curbed.
Yeah, the reach is curbed and everything. But then the point is, like I said, for me it comes from a very, very deep-seated selfish place, because if I am not saying anything, if I'm not doing anything, then I don't know, I will not be able to look at myself in the mirror, first of all. और दूसरा तो mental health का तो एकदम वाट लग जाएगा मेरा कि क्या कर रही हो, खुद ही अपने आप को मैं कोसती रहूंगी कि you're not doing anything. अभी भी when I make videos, and sometimes some people are very, very appreciative, और वो बहुत इतना ज़्यादा प्यार से लिखते हैं और इतना ज़्यादा सम्मान देते हैं, इतना ज़्यादा इज्जत देते हैं. मुझे लगता है कि it's like nothing, like why? I don't deserve any of this. I don't deserve any of this, because I'm just saying things which are happening right now, and that makes it double. That's like a double whammy, because.
But you're voicing it for them.
ऐसा क्या कर लिया?
Voicing it what they're thinking. Yeah.
I do understand that, but this it makes me sadder that even talking about something is
a big
getting
deal.
you that kind of respect, that it's a big deal. It has become a big deal, and I'm or because of my work, I have met people who are actually on the field, who are actually working with children who face discrimination on every day. उनके mental health के साथ काम कर रहे हैं. On the field, they are doing the work on the field.
This wasn't mere discrimination. This was violence. Yeah, this is violence. This is a mental attack and a physical attack.
The Muzaffarnagar case is like straight up violence, passive, both active and passive. But otherwise also, on ground, there are people who are working with children जो इस तरीके के माहौल में रहते हैं. I have a friend who is school in a very heavily Hindu populated area, and she is a Muslim. And she said how she was pressurized into getting the kids to chant a particular mantra in the morning, and every day people come and say कि ये मुल्लाओं का school है क्या, and there's one female teacher who is a Muslim who wears a hijab, and they're like कि इसको क्यों आप आने देते हो? She owns the school. But
this minor detail does not affect any hate.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. And then she's like literally working in such an environment, working with students, trying to instill equality and issues
Yeah.
and feelings like this and
Right.
values like this. So मुझे लगता है कि इन लोगों का काम ना मेरे काम से तो लाखों हजारों गुना ऊपर है. So I don't deserve any of this. ये जो कभी कभी प्यार का, so वो भी गिल्ट रहता है. तो मेरे तो मेंटल हेल्थ के अंदर ना
But the
क्या
other side
बॉलीवुड
could
का
also happen,
पिक्चर
no?
चल रहा है ना, आपको पता होना चाहिए.
नहीं, बिल्कुल. If you're voicing the what others are thinking, what I'm thinking, and you have the courage to say it. So I appreciate the proxy power that I also feel. But you get the other side also. You get a lot of hate. ये कौन आ गया? ये क्या बोल रही है? You know. You look Hindu, but you're like anti-Hindu, or you're actually anti-Hindutva. You're probably voice similar things if it was extremism from any religion. You
From
know,
any religion, yes.
so you're an equal opportunity offender, I'm sure. But
Yeah.
but the trolls, because women who do satire, I think, get worse trolling. So how do you handle that with all our mental health being so fragile and with no support systems?
Actually, as far as the trolls are concerned, first of all, I used to block them a lot when I was starting out, because मेरे को लगता था कि मेरे पास कोई फुर्सत नहीं है इन लोगों से बात करने का, और plus when you reach the level of trolls, there is no point in trying to make you understand or trying to have a conversation with.
But Dr. Medusa का इलाज तो उन्हीं के लिए है.
हाँ, उन्हीं के लिए, but मैं उनके लिए नहीं, उनके लिए नहीं है. एक्चुअली इलाज मेरे अपने लिए है. अगर मैं नहीं बोलूंगी ना तो मैं पागल हो जाऊंगी. इसीलिए मेरे लिए, अगर तुमको मिर्ची लग रही है तो बहुत बढ़िया है, तुमको लगे मिर्ची.
That's a bonus.
तो हाँ, that's a bonus. But if तुम मिर्ची लगा के तुम्हारी मुंह की मिर्ची तुम मुझ पे मलने आ रहे हो, then I don't have any patience for you. और especially अगर abuse वगैरह करते हैं ना, abusive trolls I used to block, but that was the initial first year. And now I don't do anything. Now I don't comment. Now sometimes what I do is I just pin their comment on my...
Yeah, you don't fuel their comment or you don't respond to them.
Very rarely. Sometimes when I know that this is a very good comeback, so I can handle it. Because there was this one. एक मुझे बहुत याद रहता है कि because there was this one guy. He's like, मैं आके तेरी मम्मी को भी whatever they try to do, I'll like
that's their patent. That's their patent.
They do the same thing. तुझे और तेरी मम्मी को ऐसे करके. Then I'm like, listen, तू एक बात बता, अगर मैं ऐसी हूँ तो सोच मेरी मम्मी कैसी होगी. तो तेरे से तो मैं हैंडल नहीं हो रही, तो मेरी मम्मी तो और भी हैंडल नहीं होगी. तो तू रहने दे. तू तो रहने दे. And अभी पता है, अभी a few days ago my mom, somebody when I was doing the oxymoron वाला video, I did a video on oxymoron.
That was fun. I know, I saw that.
Somebody commented there कि the person who has given birth to you is also a moron. Okay. And then my mom saw that on Twitter, and she didn't even ask me. She went and replied कि अच्छा, you are also a moron, your mom is also a moron, your entire family is also a moron. I'm like, Mama, what are you doing? Don't engage with these people. And I had to tell her.
She should be, you're an ox.
At least I'm a moron, you are not.
You're the ox. And you know how oxen are, right? They have to go through a minor surgery.
Of course. But then उनको इतना level समझ में आता तो वो थोड़ी ना.
हाँ, ये तो जो समझाना पड़ेगा तो it's not funny.
हाँ, you have to make them understand कि देखो भैया, this is the reason why it's a joke. But anyway, also plus I think trolling वगैरह मेरे साथ सबसे ज़्यादा तब होती है when I say anything which they perceive as anti-Hindu. When it is anti-Hindu, when they perceive it something as anti-Hindu, then there is a lot of trolling. Otherwise बहुत ही lame और बहुत ही cliched रहा है, which is something which I've grown used to in the past.
I can't even believe it that you're only 3 years old as a satirist. You're such a natural. You're not rehearsed, or are you rehearsed? Please correct me if I'm wrong. And all this comes from hours of rehearsal and lots of you do and lots of practicing of script.
Absolutely not. Sometimes it's like
it looks so effortless. I'm borderline jealous.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate your jealousy.
But
it's really not. And actually, script का मेरे साथ क्या होता है ना? Sometimes, because I have been offered people, there are very, very wonderful people
please share
I have met
your process
in my journey.
I'm taking notes.
In my journey.
Kindly share.
in my journey, I have met a lot of people who are like कि हम लोग edit कर देंगे, आप भेज देना, हम लोग edit कर देंगे, ये कर देंगे, वो कर देंगे. Lots of help. Script, I receive like full scripts on my DMs sometimes कि इसको use कर लेना.
People are fantastic. Yeah,
they're
so
just
nice.
so
Yeah.
cute. So I'm not really, because sometimes, you know, my brain works in a certain way, and I sometimes think that जो काम मैं सही से करूंगी ना, अगर जो काम मैं करूंगी वो इस टॉपिक पे, इस विषय में कोई और इससे अच्छा नहीं लिख सकता. It's a character flaw. I understand.
But it's your place of passion. It's your place of passion, that it's your reaction. That is where you.
I'm very happy that you are calling my character, what I call character flaw passion, but thank you very much. So मुझे ऐसा लगता है, फिर मैं जब लिख लेती हूँ ना, तो मुझे लगता है कि बस इसको तुरंत रिकॉर्डिंग करो, तुरंत अपलोड करो. और उसमें मुझे ना, अगर मैं किसी को रिक्वेस्ट करती हूँ कि भेजिए, आप मुझे एडिट कर दीजिए, ये कर दीजिए, I don't have the time to wait. That's the entire reason why I downloaded editing apps and started editing on my phone itself.
You taught yourself how to edit.
Everything. Everything that you see in my work, all of that is done from the phone which I'm holding in my hand right now. That's it. और कुछ नहीं है मेरे पास, ना लैपटॉप, ना कंप्यूटर, ना माइक, ना कुछ. जो ऐसा है, जो है वही है. And I think it has worked so far because of the amazing scripts that I have had from other people as well. Like I have this wonderful, amazing satirist. Good, he writes satire on tweets. Narendra, he's there. I have
Narendra. He's very funny.
Yeah, he's very good. He has helped me in scripts a number of times. Then I've had sarcasm बोल के एक है. He has helped me on scripts a couple of times. Then Mayank bhai.
So you reach out to each other on Twitter and you virtually hang out?
We virtually hang out. Virtual hangout. ऐसे ही हो गया था. बहुत बढ़िया काम है आपका, बहुत बढ़िया काम है आपका. Let's do it together. Friends.
And there's a common cause. There's definitely a common cause.
The common cause. It's just a common cause. There's nothing else. Like, there are people I have not even met. I don't even know don't know their real names. Like Gola herself, Randy Gola herself. I had never met her. She followed me a couple of पिछले साल मैंने उसको follow किया. उससे पहले ही मैं उसको follow करती थी because I really liked her work and like कितने मजे की बोलती है यार. And फिर हम लोग ऐसे DM में बातें हो गई. फिर ऐसा हो गया कि वो दीदी बुलाती है, मेरी वो बहन जैसी है. And we just like, I've met her only once in my life. She came home. ऐसे घर आ गई and we stayed together for a couple of days and that's
wrote
ऐसी दोस्ती.
a million scripts, don't lie.
हाँ. We did a couple of like impromptu videos when she and I were doing videos. Now my husband is like, क्या कर रहे हो तुम लोग? मैंने कहा हम लोग वीडियो का स्क्रिप्ट बना रहे. अच्छा दीदी आप ऐसे करना, दीदी आप वैसे करना, दीदी मैं ऐसे करूंगी. हाँ ठीक है चल shoot. That's it. We didn't even write anything down or do anything. उसका process और मेरा process is almost like similar. We just think of something and then we like shoot in front of a camera and then ये कुछ चीजें हैं जो थोड़ी सी responsible होती है. For example, the Dukdarshan episodes which I do are more nuanced and थोड़ा सा responsible. It's a different structure. उसके लिए मुझे लिखना पड़ता है. So I have to sit down, because also that's like a weekly thing. I haven't done a Dukdarshan for quite some time now. But when I used to do it was like a weekly thing. तो हफ्ते में जो main चीजें हुई हैं उनको लेकर then you put up a satirical take on that and then you do it. So उसके लिए लिखना पड़ता है. But NTPC वगैरह के लिए तो I don't even have to write nowadays.
It writes itself, no?
Naturally.
Some of these things.
It writes itself.
But all this that you do, apart from the hate, how do you people around you, your immediate inner core, inner circle, family, friends, husband, in-laws maybe, how do they react?
Everybody has been very cautiously supportive, I would say.
Okay.
Like other than my husband and my parents, but because my parents are very fierce liberal people and they have always been liberal. My brother is a convert actually. My brother was a Modi supporter, so he is a convert.
Oh wow!
He's a convert. He is a convert. But other than that, both my parents, they have been very supportive. My mom is usually scared about things because
personal safety.
Even my dad is. But they like हाँ ठीक है करो करना तो है ही अब क्या कर सकते समय ही ऐसा है. तो ये सारी चीजें. हस्बैंड तो हमेशा से सपोर्टिव रहे. लाइक तुमको जो करना है.
No one has said बेकार में JNU भेजो और भेजो JNU.
और भेजो JNU.
Anybody on the plan?
that used to be a line which my mother-in-law used to say कि JNU का कीड़ा निकालना पड़ेगा तुम्हारे दिमाग से, इस तरीके का चीज है. But then that was almost 7 years ago. I got married 7 8 years ago. तो उस टाइम पे मम्मा बोलती थी, लेकिन but now she's also कि नहीं बेटा करो, अच्छा है, ठीक है, थोड़ा संभल के, थोड़ा संभल के. Both of them, both my in-laws are, they look, sometimes my father-in-law is like, बेटा थोड़ा balance का भी बना देना, कभी थोड़ा balance कर लेना, ये कर लेना.
What is balance? Do educate neighborhood teacher. Word of the day, balance, place of the day,
no,
balance
बना के रखना. तो he's like, you know, थोड़ा सा criticism दूसरे governments का भी होना चाहिए. मैंने कहा पापा दूसरी government तो है नहीं, सरकार तो एक ही है, तो कौन से दूसरी government का करेंगे, है ना. तो he's like नहीं, लेकिन बेटा कौन की मतलब who is the alternative. मैंने कहा पापा ये छोड़ के तो कोई भी alternative चल जाएगा, मैं भी चल जाऊंगी, मुझे दे दो वोट आप, मैं खड़ी हो जाती हूँ. So we have that space in our both my houses, both my homes, that I can speak about these things and I can talk about these things, and they have always been
supportive. Has there been anyone who has told you don't do it? Anyone who has told you just don't do it?
I don't think there has been anyone, because anybody who knows me, anybody who has known me their lives, or for a very little period of time, they probably know कि सुनेगी तो नहीं किसी की. तो they don't take that वो line लेना ही नहीं है कि इसको बोले कि मत करो, कि नहीं करो. Even at my job, everybody has been very, because I am UP, right? So everybody thinks the same thing कि नहीं कि UP है, UP में बैठ के कैसे कर रही है. But people have been मुझे लगता है कभी-कभी कि ये थोड़ा सा शायद on ground reality का भी ये है कि
reflection.
A lot of people reflection है, or a lot of people who are Sanghi or who appear Sanghi right now, or who are appearing a certain ideology right now, they're doing that out of pure convenience. ठीक है, हो सकता है कि originally में दिमाग में वो वैसा ना सोचते हो, और सिर्फ एक opportunistic, their work quality is being opportunistic.
Whoever it is, tomorrow it will be someone else. They'll be pro-establishment.
They will be pro-establishment. So that's also like a positive. मुझे लगता है कि positive thing हो सकता है. But then again,
or a ray of
somebody
hope.
who changes, a ray of hope. Somebody, but then again, how much positive is it if you like, you know, change your
chameleon, so you don't know what. Yeah. If your takes an ideology change with the weather, then
ज़्यादा dangerous हो जाते हैं. तो I don't really know क्या होता है, मतलब क्या सीन है क्या नहीं है. बट ये बात तो सही है कि पिछले 9 साल ने जितना सिखा दिया है ना, जितना लोगों के बारे में और जितना समय के बारे में सिखा दिया है, ओ बाप रे भाई साहब, I could like write books about it if I was not ADHD. If my brain was not an ADHD brain and I could sit down and write for some
a video book, a whole book on Twitter and stuff.
I could write so many things.
But how do you balance with your day job, which is the world's best kept secret right now, along with your name? So, but your face is out there. So, I mean, you know this.
In fact, my name is also out there in a number of yes. But क्योंकि मैं ना बोलते कभी sometimes I refer to myself in the third person, and I have done that in a few videos somewhere. I don't remember किस में. तो but उसमें आ गया है. तो there, but I don't give it out because my academic CV is on the internet. And it has my phone number, it has my home address and everything. So until and unless वो हट जाए from the website where it was uploaded at one point of time, वहाँ से हट जाए तब नाम देने में कोई दिक्कत ना हो. But otherwise ये. So what did you ask? How do day job? My day job is that because actually क्या है ना कि आपको balance करने की जरूरत तब पड़ती है जब आपको कोई एक चीज बोझ लगता है ना. मुझे तो दोनों ही चीजें अच्छी लगती हैं. I like creating my content. I like creating my videos. And in fact अच्छी क्या लगती है? This is something which I have to do for my own sanity. So एक तो वो है, और दूसरा जो मेरा जॉब है, I teach at a university. So I love teaching, and that's something which I love teaching. I love my subject. I love my students. जो आते हैं क्लास में, जो पूछते हैं, सवाल पूछते हैं, the discussions which
they discuss your avatars also.
No,
online
they don't. No, because first of all, I don't think many of them are politically aware enough that way to come across my videos. I have been asked by, or I have been discussed and invited by students of other departments. in the same my
That's
workplace,
unusual.
but
Yeah.
but my students are either they don't do it out of respect. I don't know why they don't do it, or maybe sometimes they have wanted to and I have been कि नहीं मुझे नहीं करना, हो सकता है कभी ऐसा बोला है, and after that they have not really approached the subject. But हम लोग usually classroom में जो normal बात करते हैं, because I teach language, right? I teach linguistics and language, and I teach social linguistics, and I had to teach things like things like how language behaves across caste boundaries, how language behaves across class boundaries, religious boundaries. And when you are talking about these things, you do talk about social realities. You do talk about discrimination. You do talk about things which I also usually talk about in my videos. So I'm already doing that in the classroom. So हो सकता है उस वजह से उनको जरूरत नहीं महसूस हुई हो, but to talk about
because they get it in the classroom, this conversation anyway.
हाँ, they get in the classroom because वो सब मुझे पढ़ाना ही पड़ता है. आप उनको उन चीजों को हटाकर social linguistics नहीं पढ़ा सकते.
Would you go on stage with these avatars? Would you go on stage? You're such a natural on screen, and these, even these three very no, Janta thinks so. So not just me, lots of Janta is thinking, and that's why they're watching. People invest time and effort into watching as well, right? So people are looking forward to your next videos, and do you think you take it on the stage? A lot of satirists, there's no comedian now, they're all satirists, have taken this political comedy and political discussions on stage in front of a live audience. Would you do that?
I don't know, because I have always been very comfortable with the stage. Kabhi stage fright wali cheez, I don't have stage fright or anything. But I don't know if, because I think these things, these snippets or these videos, they work because they are in a video format. I don't really know how much the punches will land when it's a live audience, because if I have to explain, because sometimes I have been told that they have to watch my video a couple of times in order to understand a particular reference which I have given, and because I'm a literature student, हाँ, तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि अगर मान लो स्टेज पे मैंने let's say अगर स्टेज पे मैं जॉन का कोई रेफरेंस दे रही हूँ, या फिर आई एम गिविंग सम रेफरेंस टू राग दरबारी और परसाई का कोई रेफरेंस मैं दे रही हूँ, तो उसमें अगर द काइंड ऑफ ऑडियंस
John, I mean the poet, not John.
No,
you'll have to explain too much.
John. No, that's because I'm reading John right now. मेरे को इसलिए दिमाग में नहीं चल रहे हैं, because what happens is this is also something which is very extremely positive, which has happened in my life ever since I started this journey, is that I started reading Hindi literature, because I'm a literature student. I have read English literature. I've read English literature. बहुत सारा कुछ मैंने पढ़ाई है और इंटरेस्ट भी रहा है, तो किताबें मैं अंग्रेजी में ही पढ़ती थी. But this has led me to परसाई फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, बिकॉज परसाई वेरी शर्मनाक बात है, लेकिन मैंने पढ़ा नहीं था पहले. परसाई मैंने अभी 3 साल पहले ही पढ़ी है, और अभी भी राग दरबारी इज लाइक समथिंग which I राग दरबारी,
and you see the relevance so many years later, decades later, and you see that ये तो अभी चल रहा है.
Yes, राग दरबारी श्रीलाल शुक्ल, that was the book which I had started with. When I started, मतलब मुझे बोला कि तुम ये पढ़ो, अगर व्यंग करना है पहले ये पढ़ो, and then I read it, and it led me to other works of Parsai. It led me to this guy जिसने लिखी है एक गधे की आत्मकथा. That is also something which I read a few days ago. Wonderful work, and इतना high level का nuance, इतना reading between the lines आपको करना पड़ता है, and that kind of thing. So अगर मैं इन किताबों से और मुझे लगता है कि I'm not saying that the stand-up comedy का audience kind of likes their jokes to be on their faces and not very nuanced and not very lined. जबकि ऐसा नहीं है, होता है बहुत बढ़िया. वो भी बना है.
No, and some of the satire, it's not like कोई किताबों में ही रह गया है. They see it in their everyday lives, but when you read it, you realize that the poet and the author and the playwright wrote it years ago.
I think it's about me. I think I have a lot to learn before I bring it to stage, before I can simplify the concepts which are there, and make them palatable to the everyday audience. हर किसी को समझ में आनी चाहिए ना, बिकॉज इट्स नॉट समथिंग, फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू नो कभी कभी होता है ना कि आप कोई किताब लिखते हो, कोई बुक लिखते हो, एंड यू ट्राई एंड यू थिंक कि नहीं नहीं ये तो बहुत ऊंचे लेवल का है, बहुत इंटेलेक्चुअल है, तो आई वॉन्ट दैट टू बी एक्सेसिबल टू एवरीबडी, एंड आई थिंक मुझे वो सीखना पड़ेगा. I have still a lot to learn as far as creating satire is concerned or writing satire is concerned. बहुत कुछ सीखना है अभी, तो इसीलिए हो सकता है I love the stage, मुझे कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, but I think still I have a lot to learn. टमाटर मारेंगे वरना मुझे मेरे
टमाटर वेरी गुड, प्राइस इज लो बट
नहीं आए,
उठा लीजिएगा. टमाटर प्याज मांगे आप उठा लीजिएगा, कैच इट.
हम मारेंगे तो उठा लोगे.
But what is the next step for you? You know, you continue on your videos, or I really hope you write a book or a video book or an audio book.
राइटिंग वाला तो शायद मैं करूँ, क्योंकि मतलब
it's going to be a busy year ahead, no? Election आने वाला है.
It is going to be very busy year ahead. तो अभी तो currently
बहुत कुछ होने वाला है.
बहुत कुछ होने वाला है, और बहुत तो क्या मतलब मणिपुर के टाइम से मुझे तो लग रहा है कि I have had my therapist is getting richer and richer every day because of this, because of Manipur and because of yesterday the Muzaffarnagar वाला incident. 4 घंटे हो जाते हैं भैया, बात ही करते रहते हैं हम लोग.
They're expecting your calls every time something happens.
हाँ. तो वो
like your जनता is expecting your videos.
हाँ, तो my therapist she's like हाँ बताओ क्या हुआ. It's like हाँ बता बहन रुको बताते हैं. And then it's like it just goes on. It's like we're friends at this point. So I'm like, I have to change you because we're friends now. So anyway, so yeah, lots of things are happening. और हम लोग तो जैसे I have reached a level of cynicism where it's like कि ये तो होगा ही, ये तो करना, ये तो ऐसा तो होना ही था, और कोई hope नहीं. I don't have any hope. I don't see any ray of hope. Sometimes कुछ ज्यादा hopeful हो जाता है ना, तो डर लगने लग जाता है कि अरे यार थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ हो रहा है. This is
so with
don't be hopeful.
Comes great disappointment.
बहुत great disappointment. With little hope also comes great disappointment. अभी तो ये हालत हो गई ना 224 में. Also
अब हम इतने बड़े cynic हो गए कि हम हंसने लगे हैं, हम खुद पे भी हंसने लगे हैं.
एकदम. That's the reason why, because you know when you look at Pakistani humor, अगर आपने चंद्रयान के समय में पाकिस्तानी humor देखा है ना, every time you look at Pakistani humor and satire वगैरह के टाइम पे you cannot do satire without looking at Anwar Maqsood and मोइन अली. आप नहीं देख कर सकते हो लूज टॉक के बिना. आप सटायर का मतलब इंडियन सब कॉन्टिनेंट में सटायर के बारे में आप यू हैव टू लिसन टू देम, यू हैव टू लुक एट जसपाल भट्टी, देन यू रियलाइज व्हाट इज हाउ दे रोट सटायर एट वन पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम.
जसपाल भट्टी.
So Pakistani humor, why is Pakistani humor so amazing and so nuanced and so brilliant? It's because उनकी लाइफ इतनी खराब है, उनका इतना बेड़ा गर्क हो चुका है कि वो अब हंसते हैं.
वो क्या करें?
वो क्या करें, वो ये करेंगे. हमारी भी अभी वही हालत होने वाली है कि हम लोग हमारा भी ऐसा है कि हमारी भी इतनी बदतर स्थिति हो गई, तो हम लोग हंसे नहीं तो क्या करें. यही तो बच्चा है ट्रेजेडी वाला कॉमेडी, ट्रेजेडी में कॉमेडी.
Yeah. So is there something that you think we can do to cope? I mean, there is of course watching your videos.
How do you make videos? Everybody become a creator. Everybody make videos, rage on the internet, show your rage, and most importantly, if you don't want to make videos for the internet, just make videos for your WhatsApp groups and send it. Don't fight. टाइपिंग वाला फाइट मत करो, वीडियो बनाओ भेज दो. समटाइम्स व्हाट हैपेंस इज, मैंने अपने ग्रुप्स में देखा है कि किसी को कोई इस तरीके का सवाल जवाब हो रहा होता है ना, तो मेरा कोई वीडियो पुराना उठा के चिपका देते हैं. मुझे लगा था चलो मेरी लाइफ सफल हो गई कि मैंने अपना वीडियो जो बनाया, किसी ने अपने आर्ग्यूमेंट में उसको यूज किया किसी को सामने तमाचा मारने के लिए.
हमारा जवाब, she has done it for us. This is my answer. Yeah, because in fact one of our readers had told me to ask you to make a 101 how not to go to jail, because
oh, that's
so what are your
I should
right? So what is your top 3 बता दीजिए.
I think मैंने भी शुरुआत में एक बारी मैंने कहीं पे I might have even used this as a reference in some of my videos. I don't remember how not to go to jail में. It was number 1 is don't be a Muslim. मुसलमान मत हो. Number 1, that's the only, that's like the baseline. मुसलमान मत बनो, number 1 है. Number 2 is don't be anti-Modi, don't be an anti-national. ठीक है, तो यही दो बस दो
Same thing?
चीजें
Same thing, ना?
सेम थिंग
हाँ, same thing.
Don't
And तीसरा,
be an
don't be a
animal.
creative person.
Don't be a creative person. Don't say anything. जबान बंद रखो. जबान से बोलना नहीं है कुछ.
So then, and there's a question. There are questions, and I don't know if it's a question on your English tuition capabilities, or they're just saying, "How are you? How are you, English tutor?"
I'm good. I'm actually not a tutor. I'm a teacher, though.
Are you offended? Why?
No.
Okay. What is the difference between English tutor and English teacher?
Tutorials are, tutorials because that's the origin of the, or that's the meaning of the word. Tutorials are when you are using, or when that time is being used to improve on something. Okay. Yes. So you're not teaching like when I teach from the like the basics of it, right? But a tutor improves on it. So a tutor, when it gets, so yeah, exactly. That's a very nuanced, very slim but very important difference.
So there is hate. Then we make an award for national integration. So we've changed the meaning of hate.
Yes,
I am a good student.
You get it? Very good, very good.
Thank you,
that's a very good interpretation of it.
Thank you, ma'am.
A plus.
Report card mein yaad rakhiyega.
This is also something I used to do on my troll comments. Whenever the people would comment or anything bakwas, then I would give them rating like 0 out of 10, like 1 out of 10. Gali mein maza
Homework not done.
Homework not done. 0.5. This is very common. This is very cliché. Come up with something original. 0.5. ऐसे करके. People would go like so berserk. They would. कोई बंदा आता था ना, एक बंदे के साथ मेरी ट्विटर पे एक बारी बहस हुई थी ऐसी करके, वो कुछ पे कुछ बोलता जा रहा था ना, मैं हर बारी हर उसके ट्वीट पे कोई ना कोई गलती निकालती थी, या तो पंक्चुएशन का. हाँ, आई वाज ग्रेडिंग हिम. लाइक 0.5. अच्छा, इसमें इम्प्रूवमेंट है, चलो 1 दे देती हूँ तुम्हें इस बारी के लिए. एंड देन यू वेंट सो क्रेजी लाइक आई एम ब्लॉकिंग यू बिकॉज यू आर सो अनोइंग. एंड आई एम लाइक, यार ब्लॉकिंग you don't have to announce, this is not an airport. 0 out of 10.
When I say I'm blocking you because you're so boring. If you want to troll me, you have to entertain me. ऐसे नहीं चलेगा.
I know, ऐसे नहीं चलेगा. Entertain करो यार. मतलब मैं बात कर रही हूँ तुमसे. I don't talk to people. I don't interact with commenters. और मैं तुमसे बात कर रही हूँ, तुम कम से कम entertain तो करो यार. At least give me something genuine. मतलब something बढ़िया.
Who's your favorite politician? It's very important to know.
Modi ji is my favorite politician. What are you saying?
Of course, respect.
Adarniya, Paramadharniya is my favorite politician. There's nobody else. Thalabhai Joginder.
And who is your, what is the word? Not least favorite, but बहुत हो गया. और कान में दर्द होता है कभी-कभी when they scream so much. So who is your least
Sambit
favorite?
Patra.
Oh, why? Honorable Doctor and all that?
Honorable Doctor, because Sambit Patra is so cringe. He's so cringe that he's good. Nowadays it's the time for cringe
so bad
content,
that is
right?
Good.
Sometimes it's so bad that he's good. Like he's so, and especially when he gets thrashed because of his bakwas takes and his completely incorrect statements and complete ये. तो मुझे बहुत मजा आता है, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है, बहुत सुकून मिलता है दिल को कि उसको ऐसे देखते हुए. So that's why I like Supriya Shrinate a lot. अब like जो भी वो बोलती है ना, whenever she वो उनका तो काम मुझे लग रहा है कि उनका काम है इसको संबित पात्रा को ठीक करना. संबित पात्रा को ठीक करके उन्होंने भेज दिया. वैसे नाउ हर टारगेट है सुधांशु त्रिवेदी और गौरव भाटिया. ये दोनों को जब वो पकड़ के लपेटती है ना, मुझे इतना मजा आता है ना, बहुत दिल को इतनी तसल्ली मिलती है. बिकॉज दीज आर द थिंग्स दैट यू वांट टू से टू देम एज अ पर्सन, एज अ सिटीजन ऑफ दिस कंट्री. यू वांट टू से टू दीज पीपल कि देखो तुम लोग ऐसे हो, ये है तुम लोगों का स्टैंडर्ड. But you can't really do that. So somebody, when they're doing it for you, I really like how she
So a fact check actually works. A fact check actually works. मतलब इसमें तो कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है.
कुछ भी नहीं करने की जरूरत नहीं है.
How would you react if a political party approaches you for आप हमारी तरफ से मैडम, आप spokesperson बैठ जाइए.
Spokesperson, no, I have actually been थोड़ा उड़ता टाइप का ही ऐसे करके बोला गया था. आई विल लाइक नो, बिकॉज द थिंग इज ये आई एम करंटली, यू माइट लुक एट मी एंड सी दैट अरे ये तो बहुत एंटी बीजेपी है, वो मैं हूँ, बट आई एम in my core an anti-establishment person.
Right.
Because I have always believed that the establishment always works because in a capitalistic society, capitalism आपको आप government से और establishment से दूर नहीं कर सकते.
Right.
और जब तक आप वो नहीं कर सकते तब जो सबसे ज्यादा जो सर्वहारा communities हैं उनकी आप तब तक help नहीं कर सकते हो जब तक आप सवाल पूछने के लिए free नहीं.
By whoever is
as a
there.
citizen,
Yeah. Absolutely.
By whoever is in the center, whoever is in the power of authority.
Power.
तो उसके लिए मुझे authority को सवाल पूछने के लिए free होने के लिए I have to be free from any of these monikers or any of these associations. So इसीलिए मैं
और कल कोई और होंगे.
आप हाँ कल को आप आज आप हैं कल जानिब साहिब मस्जिद जानिब मस्जिद कुछ होता है कोई और होगा. हाँ तो बिल्कुल वो और उनको सवाल पूछना भी मेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. आई डोंट हैव दीज ग्रैंडियोज आइडियाज अबाउट माई रोल बट आई नो माई रोल एज अ सिटीजन. आई नो ऑफ माई रोल एज अ सिटीजन. तो मुझे अपना सिटीजन का रोल निभाने दीजिए. मेरा रोल सवाल पूछने का है और वो आज इनसे हो रहा है और कल आपसे नहीं होगा इसकी
कोई
तो नहीं है,
गारंटी नहीं है.
इनफैक्ट उल्टे की गारंटी है कि कल आपसे भी होगा इसकी गारंटी और है.
And how is your personal take on the best people that we have, which are popularly called the Godi media, best anchors of the world, the most devoted?
Absolutely, most devoted, most.
तो आप दूरदर्शन का आप करती हैं एक फैक्ट दर्शन, तो क्या ये उनसे इंस्पायर्ड है?
बहुत ज्यादा इंस्पायर्ड है क्योंकि मुझे ये काम करने की जरूरत ही इसलिए पड़ी क्योंकि ये लोग जो है वो लोग काम बिल्कुल भी नहीं कर रहे थे. इसलिए मैं इनकी बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूँ क्योंकि उन्होंने स्पेस छोड़ा कि मेरे जैसे लोग आगे आ पाए और जर्नलिज्म की दुनिया में अपना बिल्कुल जर्नलिज्म ना करते हुए भी काम कर पाए क्योंकि ये लोग तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं कर रहे ना. तो इसीलिए हम लोग थोड़ा सा भी कर देते तो लोगों को लगता है कि जर्नलिज्म है. बिकॉज
आप थकती नहीं है? आप आम खाती
टॉनिक लेती हूँ मैं आम भी खाती हूँ और टॉनिक भी लेती हूँ बहुत सारा और इसी वजह से मैं बिल्कुल नहीं थकती. और एंड मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंटली आई डोंट लुक एट दीज पीपल. बहुत सारे लोगों को तो ना म्यूट किया हुआ है. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल अमन चोपड़ा is somebody I have muted on Twitter because I can't look at the work that he does.
Himself only. Yeah, he's probably muted himself.
तो उसका जो काम है ना उसको जब whenever he comes on Twitter and says something and I look at it, I cannot like stop myself. मतलब मुझे इतना ज्यादा रेज होता है ना. There's another guy who runs a पाठशाला, सुशांत. मतलब मेरी कराई मेहनत दिनों दिन की हफ्तों की थेरेपी जीरो हो जाती है. मैं इन लोगों का कोई एक शो देख लेती हूँ तो.
But there's a question from one of our viewers when you're talking about Godi media. They're asking, why did the elites make a coalition with the despotic regime? Why did the elite?
Or the elite class, as in the
elite
media
class,
or the
elite class, everybody. Why did they get into this partnership?
It's because they want to remain elite. अगर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ अभी मार्क्सिज्म आ जाएगा सारा कुछ. अगर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ मनी, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ वेल्थ होने लग जाएगा ना तब तो दिक्कत हो जाएगी. तब हाउ विल दे रिमेन एलीट? हाउ विल दे हैंग ऑन टू दिस स्टेटस को? हाउ विल दे कीप ऑप्रेसिंग विदाउट एनी कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस, विदाउट एनी ये. क्योंकि मैंने कहीं पे पढ़ा था कि आपको ना बिलियनर बनने के लिए आपको मेहनत करने की जरूरत नहीं होती है. आपको बिलियनर बनने के लिए, मिलियनर बनने के लिए लाखों लोगों का labor चुराना पड़ता है. You need to steal the labor of a number of people. So all of these billionaires, etc.
So keep the oppressed.
Yeah.
Keep the
तो उसके लिए तो आपको regime के साथ you answered your own question when you said despotic regime. Despotic regime होता ही इसीलिए है. Despotic regime है ही उसके नाम में है कि वो despotic है. वो किसी भी तरह से it works for the elite class. It works for the super rich. It works for and the only way it can work is by oppressing the people who are giving you labor, who are working for you. तो उनसे और ज्यादा काम निकलवाओ और कम पैसे दो, उनका लेबर चुराओ. That's how you don't give them any rights. Don't let them, don't उनको डरा के रखो, अपने आपस में लड़ा के रखो. उनकी वो नहीं है नज्म है, फैज साहब की नज्म है कुत्ते. ये गलियों के आवारा भूखे से कुत्ते, इन्हें कुछ चाहिए तो आपस में एक रोटी के टुकड़े के लिए लड़ा दो. दैट्स थिंग. अगर आपको कोई काम करवाना है आप उनको कुत्तों की तरह रोटी के लिए लड़वा दीजिए.
So they'll deal with each other. They'll deal with each other.
They'll deal with each other. They will never blame you for not having any employment. They will never blame you who is responsible, who like किसी भी देश में जनता के लिए कौन जिम्मेदार होता है? सरकार जिम्मेदार होती है। आपके पास रोटी नहीं है, कौन जिम्मेदार होना चाहिए? आपके पास कपड़ा नहीं है, कौन जिम्मेदार होना चाहिए? आप बीमार पड़ते हो तो आपके पास दवाई करने के लिए पैसे नहीं है, दवाई करने के लिए जगह नहीं है, सरकारी अस्पताल नहीं है, बच्चों को पढ़ाने के लिए सरकारी स्कूल नहीं है। You don't have any of these facilities, then what is the government doing? सिर्फ सड़कें बना रही है, सड़कें। और ये जो है ना, this is something which I've like, this is an offshoot or I'm digressing, but सड़कें you will see हमने यहाँ पे असम में जहाँ पे मैं रहती हूँ, and I just went
Medusa's internet has done a that's good. You're back.
कोई कॉल आया था, I had a call. हाँ, so you have all of these. I went to a very remote place in Jharkhand for a friend's wedding a few last year. बहुत ही रिमोट जगह थी जहाँ पे हम लोग को मतलब गाड़ी कोई आने जाने का वो नहीं था, बट गाड़ी रेंट करके हमको जाना पड़ता। वी रेंटेड अ कार एंड वी वेंट। सड़क बहुत बढ़िया, एकदम बढ़िया बन चुकी है। वहां पे ना अस्पताल है, ना ये है, ना कोई सरकारी स्कूल है, ये कुछ नहीं है, बट देयर इज अ बीजेपी
great road and an office, of course,
and a BJP office. So the sadak has not been made for you. Just like when the British laid the railway lines, the railway lines were not for the Indian people. The railway lines were for the British to take away whatever resources were available in the remotest parts of our country, and to take them wherever they wanted to, right? They literally stole from our land. So उसी तरह से ये जो सड़कें बन रही है ना, अगर आपको दिख रहा है कि नहीं बहुत बढ़िया सड़कें बन रही हैं, ये हो रहा है, वो हो रहा है, दिस हो रहा है, डैट हो रहा है, सिर्फ सड़कें मुझे लगता है। I think I know this that this is only because ये जो बीजेपी का जो ऑफिस कहीं पे जाके बन रहा है ना छोटा सा, that is the to connect these offices. It's not to connect your village to the outside world. It's to connect these offices. ठीक है? और बाकी other than that हॉस्पिटल वगैरह या फिर सड़कें वगैरह या फिर स्कूल वगैरह, तो एजुकेशन का हम लोग हालत देख ही रहे हैं। We have seen what has happened in the school yesterday, and the way people have started defending that woman, the way they have come up in support with of that woman. हम लोग को I'm not a cynic ऐसे ही अचानक ओवरनाइट सिनिक नहीं बन गए। ये सब देख देख के बने। एंड देन आई थिंक ऑफ हाउ आई एम वेरी प्रिविलेज्ड एंड येट आई हैव बिकम अ सिनिक। और मैं सोचती हूँ कि जो मुसलमान है इस देश में, अगर कोई मुसलमान महिला है या मुसलमान आदमी है, वो तो उसका तो सिनिसिज्म का क्या ही लेवल होगा। तो दैट इज ऑल्सो समथिंग विच आई थिंक अबाउट, बट एनीवे।
No, but this is a cynicism that keeps us alive, right? आप predictions करती है? Is there a fourth avatar coming? This Medusa who can see into the future? So please tell us. हाँ,
अभी तो नहीं, अभी फिलहाल नहीं, अभी तो फ्यूचर, मेरा तो फ्यूचर डार्क ही है, मुझे तो डार्क ही दिखाई देता है सब कुछ। तो मतलब मैं और गोला हम दोनों अक्सर बात करते हैं कि 24 के बाद या तो जेल में मिलेंगे या यूएस में मिलेंगे।
तो ये भी हो सकता है।
भागना पड़ेगा।
Last question first and the first question last. ये मेडुसा कहाँ से आ गई? आप तो मतलब
the name?
Yep.
Oh, अच्छा, that's because
often seen as a very negative person, but readers know that she's not.
मेडुसा का जो कैरेक्टर है ना, मुझे बचपन से बहुत अच्छा लगता है। ठीक है, बिकॉज माई मॉम इज एन इंग्लिश लिटरेचर का प्रोफेसर, इंग्लिश लिट की प्रोफेसर रही है वो। उन्होंने कहानी बचपन में सोते समय सुनाई भी मेरे को, यही सब कहानियां हैं। ठीक है, परसेफनी और ये थ्री म्यूजेस, शेक्सपियर, मैकबेथ इज माय फेवरेट प्ले और मेडुसा's कैरेक्टर वाज माय फेवरेट कैरेक्टर। और मुझे इसलिए अच्छा लगता था क्योंकि मम्मा एक बार क्या ना, नींद में सोते सोते, मतलब हम लोग को सुला रही है, सोते बोलते बोलते वो भी सोने लग गई। तो मैकबेथ का वो, शी वाज टेलिंग अस द स्टोरी ऑफ मैकबेथ, और मैकबेथ में लेडी मैकबेथ हैड ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड टू मेडुसा समहाउ। ठीक है, उनकी नींद में वो मेडुसा की कहानी बताने लग गई। एंड देन वो एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग सा उसमें से एक स्टोरी निकल के बाहर आई थी, which I still remember it and it stayed with me for a very long time. और उसके बाद, because I'm a literature का student also, and there have been feminist readings of Medusa अभी आज की डेट में। She is now seen because we know her story, right? She was बहुत सारी, हाँ, as a survivor उनकी stories निकली है। There was in fact a very famous sculpture also in New York, जिसमें instead of Medusa को जिन्होंने मारा था, उनकी पर्सियस मेडुसा का सर लेके घूमता रहता है ना, सो इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट मेडुसा इज सीन होल्डिंग पर्सियस हेड इन हर हैंड्स एंड अ स्वॉर्ड. सो वो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा था, एंड आई रियली लाइक हाउ इट टॉक्स अबाउट सर्वाइवल, इट टॉक्स अबाउट यूजिंग योर पावर्स to the best of your abilities to help or to speak up for yourself, to take charge of your own destiny, to take charge of your own life. तो इसीलिए I identify with that character, I love that character, I love the every reading of it. और मुझे थोड़ा सा ऐसा लगता है कि मैं थोड़ी सी भी हूँ भी वैसी ना, थोड़ी पॉजिटिव सी, थोड़ी नेगेटिव सी, और रेज तो मेरे अंदर वैसा ही है.
And who would you turn to stone?
Oh, everyone, all men.
There's a long list.
There is a long list. अभी politically देखा जाए तो बहुत सारे लोग हैं ऐसे जिनको स्टोन में टर्न कर दूं मैं. सबसे पहले तो यही सब जो वो आते हैं ना, these guys who are spokespersons, ठीक है. Then Amit Malviya
just to quieten them, just to quieten them down.
हाँ, quieten them down. बस बंद करो चुपचाप, बकवास बंद. Amit Malviya is there, fake news factory number 1. Then Sudhir Chaudhary is there. All of these guys are. कौन नहीं है, कौन नहीं है, सब लोग तो है.
You take names like Medusa takes heads. So this is amazing. And yeah, take names kick ass. That should be on a t-shirt for sure. Let's make that t-shirt soon. But this was supposed to be 7 questions and I've lost count way back. And lots and lots of people are sending in lots of hearts and 100%. Lots of 100% are coming. So I think a lot of agreement, and Inqilab Zindabad Medusa stays the viewer. So I really hope there's more coming and more power to you. Let's try and stay out of jail.
Thank you.
So
I'm
making जेल में इंटरनेट अच्छा
नहीं
सुना है.
जेल का हम लोग ये बोलते हैं ना कि अच्छा, बट इट्स जोक. हम लोग बोलते हैं कि अच्छा अगर जेल हो गई तो ठीक है, जेल से निकल के विदाई की लड़ेंगे.
ये किसी महान नेता ने कहा है और शायद ये टिप है. बट या there's a way around, हर चीज का एक सुबह होती है, हर रात की सुबह होती है. So that is all. That is all. उसकी उम्मीद पे आप और हम जिंदा हैं. And
अरे यार पता नहीं क्या ही होगा.
जो होगा.
अब हाँ, अभी भी स्क्रिप्ट एक रेडी है, उसके लिए मुझे वीडियो बनाना ही है अभी थोड़ा सा. I had to make it. अभी मुझे 6 बजे रिलीज करना था, but then I forgot about it also. Anyway, तो मैं वो सोच रही थी. नहीं, अभी तो मुझे बनाना पड़ेगा, उसके बाद होगा.
हम उसमें वेट करते हैं उस वीडियो के लिए.
उसमें हो सकता है या तो वो विदहेल्ड होगा इंडिया में अभी, क्योंकि मुजफ्फरनगर वाले इंसिडेंट के बाद बहुत सारे विदहेल्ड हो रहे हैं ना. या तो वो ट्वीट विदहोल्ड होगा, या तो मेरा अकाउंट विदहोल्ड होगा. कुछ ना कुछ तो होगा.
So thank you for watching Big Brother, and अगर आप eavesdrop कर रहे हैं तो आपको मुबारक हो. But a great chat. Thank you so much for making time. And now that you've told us you're on the next video, we're looking forward to it.
Thank you so much. It is actually a Big Brother. It's actually a Big Brother video.
It is all fantastic. Both of us have prediction powers. We'll see you soon.
Now we have.
Hope to see you in real life one day soon.
Thank you. Absolutely 100%. बहुत अच्छा लगा बात करके. Thank you very much.